Hi, I'm Alex, and this is the HTC Boom Bass. And what this is a little speaker that HTC has released, or is going to release, that pairs with your HTC One or One Max. Well, it might go with the HTC One Mini, I'm not sure. It doesn't really go with any other phone. Because what this does is it builds on the boom sound experience that they've built into the new Sense user interface. So all this does is deliver bass to complement the already pretty fantastic sound that comes out of the One and the One Max on these side speakers here. The great thing about this little guy is that he actually works with pretty much every app that uses sound that we've tried him with. It's not just with the HTC proprietary Sense music app. It works with Spotify, it works with Radiolab, it works with Mort Audiobook Player. But it doesn't work with everything else. You can pair this with something like the Note 3, but what you'll get then is it'll completely take over from the sound of the Note, and all you get are those low, bassy sounds. So it kind of sounds like it's trapped inside a car or underwater. You're just going to be using this with your most recent HTC products. Now, as far as actual sound quality goes, like I said, it only does the bass. It does pretty well. There's a really noticeable difference between listening to the sound on your phone and listening to the sound on your phone plus the boom bass, but only really when you're indoors. So if you're going to be keeping this in your bedroom or in a lounge room or something like that, okay, but if you take it outside, it really gets drowned out. You can still hear the phone sound, but there's almost no bass unless you listen to something really bassy like house music or something like that. Now, as far as actually using it goes with the One and the One Max, it's pretty good. You just sort of bump it together, it'll sync via NFC. You've got to have your Bluetooth on. And the first time you sync it, you do have to give it permission, but after that, it's just a bump. Battery life is pretty good. You get sort of 8 or 9 hours of playback out of this. Its battery is about a third the size of the battery in the One Max, so it's 1200 milliamp hours. Now, as far as price goes, this is expected to hit the shelves at about $100. It's already listed as high as 130 on a couple of sites. That's probably a little too much considering it's got very limited use. You're really only going to be using this on like a study desk or in an office. You're never going to be able to use this at a party. It's just not quite loud enough. It'll get drowned out. And when you compare it to something like a Bass Burger, which is this thing here, this was $30, and granted, you do have to use a cord with it. This is much smaller. You can chuck it in your pocket, carry it around anywhere, and this really transforms the sound of any device, not even just phone, any device that you plug it into that has a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is a standard headphone jack. So for the small percentage of people who want something that just sits on their desk and improves the sound of their phone, all right, it's a very good product. If you're not one of those people, you might want to try something else.